All right. Hey, Mr. Wrench Cycle here today. So I wanted to catch you guys up on the car. I'm experiencing with a new mic, so we'll see how that goes. K-Dog is not with us today, but she sends her sincere thank you for everybody watching our videos. But I wanted to touch base on you with you guys today on the cowl, how that progress has been going. Oof, it's going. So there's my girl. So I'm gonna flip you guys over, and we'll see what so you guys can see what we're getting after. All right, so we put this side in a patch. I'm getting ready to use some seam sealer. Okay, Eastwood seam sealer. It's good stuff. So yes, I just tacked this baby in, but we've done both sides. So I'll take you over here. Again, we got two patches in here, and I painted all this with rust preventive. So what you're going to see now is I'm going to, oh yeah, and we did some, filled this weld here. All this was cut. So I'm not a welder. I'm not even a mechanic. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos. But again, today's video, we're going to finish this off. I'm going to seam seal all this, and then I'm going to seam seal that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is eventually is I'm going to wire brush this after the seam seal dies or dries. I'm sorry, not die. Don't do that. And then we're going to paint it with rust encapsulator, which I have a little bit of left of the Eastwood that I use for the floor. I'm not sponsored by Eastwood, but I like their products. As you can see, I use it on the floor. It's messy. Yeah, a lot of welding. Okay, we decided to take the vinyl top off, and I took the dash off. You guys see, so we're getting there. And there's my mechanic right there. That's where I get all my advice from. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come right back, get the camera set up, so you guys can see me applying the seam sealer. All right. So I'm hoping you guys can see that okay. I'm working here, so we're trying. So definitely putting on the doctor's gloves. Cough. Let's go. Cough. Okay. Kidding. So I'm going to use a little bit of a paintbrush here. A little bit of one. Yes, I'm going to use the whole thing. But we've already popped this open. And this stuff stinks really bad. Okay. It's got a little bit of oil in there, so I'm going to stir that up with the paintbrush because I want to coat all this. We're going to get all this good. And this has been, this has not been prep sealed. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm glad I just caught that. I was not aware that I did not clean it. But it doesn't need to be super clean. Okay. I did this on the floorboard of my cars, on the whole floor pans. So I'm just going to spray it on here, on this rag. Again, Eastwood really should take care of me. I have more Eastwood products coming in the videos, but I just use this little prep spray. Okay. Just I want the seam seal stick. Okay. We're gonna do both sides. This car does not. I do not intentionally. I say intentionally, right? Intentionally plan on ever being in the rain. But we all know you go to a car show, get it all polished up. Oh, it decides, hey, we're gonna rain today, so you never know. But it's not gonna leak. Nope. I'm confident in this stuff. I've seen it used a lot on the interweb. So, okay. Want to make sure I didn't skip that step. I don't want nobody yelling at me here. I'm a rookie at this. I'm learning, but I'm having a blast. Actually, I got to spend about 2 days with my father-in-law because he likes to do the metal cutting, but I wouldn't let him weld. He's a better welder than me, but I don't learn if I don't do it myself. So I'm just gonna load it up here. This stuff is really strong. I probably should wear a mask, but I'm outside the car. Inside the car, if you do this, holy smokes, you need the mask up. We're just gonna go like this. It's going to be covered up, so I don't care. But I'm going to make sure this is completely sealed. And I know now you're going to say, oh, this is going to be a video of watching paint dry. Kind of, but this is a big accomplishment. This was probably the biggest issue. I don't want to say issue because the car is really solid. Project wise, this was the part that I was worried about the most when I bought it. And the owner as well said that they were going to fix it. So let's just smooth this out because the water's got to run down here and out here. So I don't want to cake it up too much in these cracks, but I want to make sure we are sealed. And I like this. I like that. I appreciate everybody out there that's I've watched to help me do this because I'm very confident that without watching these people that's already had these troubles, some of these videos I'm watching are 10 and 12 years old. You know, it's like these things this part of the car is pretty common on Mustangs. So I knew what I was getting. But again, this is what I wanted to learn. We got to learn stuff, you know? Sit around and watch videos all day. My wife doesn't know how I do it, but she's getting into some hobbies and I caught her watching a YouTube video and I said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, you got to see this. This is so informal." I said, "I know. You guys are all awesome." I have my favorites. Eventually, I'll tell you who they are, but they work on Mustangs. Actually, the person that inspired me to get my dream car, doesn't work on Mustangs. So on YouTube, yes. So, but there's a lot of good content, a lot of awesome people out there. The car industry, I think, like I said, I'm a motorcycle guy. I normally have my two wheels and I just go. That's what my dad taught me on. So that's what I've always done. My kids do it. My daughter, although K-Dog's got a Mustang, but she wanted a motorcycle when she turned 16. So she turns 15 and a half in February, March, somewhere. All right, so I'm going to put a coat around this too, just because that's over time that seems to be the issues where these decide they want to give out because water sits underneath those, so it won't leak. There's a lip in here, but I'm going to put this stuff on, so I promise it won't leak to myself, and I know it's taken care of. And this is really it. It's just so messy. I'd recommend wearing gloves. And again, if you're sensitive to these kind of smells, I would certainly wear a mask. But it's not too bad out here. I got the fan going, little rigid shop fan. But okay, as far as I can see, it's good enough for who it's for, right? I think it looks good for me. Let's I don't really want to go out here too much on this piece. I probably shouldn't even have done that, to be honest, because the upper cow's got to sit on it. But I'm just making sure we got nothing. You guys see any leaks? You see any cracks? Throw it in the chat if you do, but I think I'm good. Okay, I'm going to pause this video, flip you around, and go to the other one real quick. Okay, hopefully that comes. You guys see this all right? All right, so we're going to hit this spot. We're going to hit here. Okay, this one is, this one's a little rougher than the other side, but it only had a little hole. And I think I made it worse when I cut the hole out. But we're going to just make sure it's seam sealed real good. Again, I just blob it in there and get it in those cracks. And I know you guys are telling me I probably should just do it. We should have maybe just bought a patch and did it, but the prices of those things just went up and up. And it's like, I got that patch over there when I first bought the car because it was on sale. And listen, I buy almost everything through one supplier, CJ Pony Parts, and I get a lot of rewards points, you know, things of that nature. And I think I got it for like 45 bucks with the discount and the sale. It's $90 right now. So I'm like, oh. So I said, well, let's just see what I can do with the patch. Again, it's kind of like my motorcycle. I mean, I've rode my motorcycle in the rain millions of times. In fact, there's times where I rode my motorcycle because I wanted to, and it was raining. You know, when you're young, the wife said, "Hey, let's go down to the camper." We used to have a family camper, so we all shared the camper. Pouring raining. She's like, we'll dry on the way. Now it's like, ooh, it might rain. Let's not do that. So again, I'm just making sure I get all the holes covered, and I'll be able to tell when it dries. I have a tendency just to not leave it alone when I should leave it alone. But we're just caking it on there so it does not leak. This stuff here is, I mean, you got holes, like there's holes in here. I didn't even point them out. There's small little holes, pinholes. This stuff will take care of it for you. I don't know what they put in this stuff, but it is great. This one was a little bit tougher to get up underneath there. Again, I'm just trying to paint my little Bob Ross trees. I wonder what he's doing. I know. He's not around. I watch Bob Ross though. That's where I'm getting all my inspiration to paint. The happy little seam sealer. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this thing too because I can see in the light that there's a few little pinholes. Again, you can buy replacements of these. I've even seen guys on YouTube now they're replacing these things and not even ripping the cowl off. So that's not my skill level. But we're gonna keep doing this until I feel like I'm good and it's smooth, but it's also not gonna leak on us. I don't want it to leak. We spend too much time fixing this thing. All right, this will harden, and then, like I said, I'm going to come back and encapsulate this, rust encapsulator. So I probably won't. Actually, I'll probably show you another video of me doing the rust encapsulator. I don't know. You guys like watching paint dry? I can certainly do that, or I can just include it in this one. I'll talk to K Dog, see what she thinks. She does a good job of giving me an idea of that crowd of video. But tell me what you think of the mic. Hopefully you guys can hear me better this time. I've had some comments saying they can't hear me very well. And okay, I think I'm gonna leave this go because the more I mess with it, I think the worse it's gonna get. I just want to smooth that out. I know. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, Robbie. Yeah, there we go. I like this. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. When this dries, actually, before I rust encapsulate it, we're gonna water test it, and I'm just gonna pour some water down here and see. Hey, is it holding? And if it is, then we'll rust proof it, and it'll never rust. It should never rust anymore on me anyway. Okay, let's get this. Thin that out. The upper cowl's gonna go there, and I'm gonna have to weld it. Okay. All right. if I can show you guys a better close up of this. All right. Well, that looks good. Let's take this out of here. All right. Again, I'm going to flip you guys around so we can get a better close up of it. Okay, stand by. Here we go. So you can't even tell we repaired anything. Yeah, I'm glad I looked at this through the phone. I see a spot right here. We look like. Okay. All right, let's look at the other side. While you guys are sitting here, I hope you liked the video and subscribe. Again, I do have a day job, so this is just something fun I want to try to do. Document my car build. Okay, so we are. I haven't. When they cut this, they grinded, or they, as I mentioned, they grinder wheeled this some. So I fixed some there. I probably should go put some seam seal on that as well. So let's do that real quick. I'll try to do this and hold the camera at the same time. So bear with me. I don't need a lot up here. This is probably the best welding job I think I did. Again, I don't want this too thick because the upper cow's got to go on this. But I did weld all this together. I'm doing this to kind of thin it out so it doesn't. When I do put the upper cowl on, it fits good. Yeah, I think that's good. We got these corners here. That's brazed. So we're going to have to re-braze that. But I know a guy. That's from my father-in-law. You've seen him in a video when we started the car. I think I have a little bit up here yet to do. So I don't think anything's going to come in here because there's my friend. Stink bugs. We get a lot of those in Ohio. They're so annoying. Okay, so this is kind of hard. Hold the camera. You guys that do this stuff and hold the camera at the same time. Again, in another league than me. Okay, that looks good. Get thin this out because, like I said, I'm going to have the upper cow is going to be on that, so that's okay. All right. I'm just looking to look over this side. I think it looks good. This is the easy side because we just seem to. Okay. Everything looks good. Don't see any spots. Let's put this away. Yeah, I highly recommend if you use this stuff, you put on gloves because it is sticky. And like I said before, leave it alone, Robbie. Just making sure. I couldn't get the welder underneath there very well. So, not like I just did with the caulk. But I think I'm okay. All right. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm just smoothing this out a little bit. You can see the holes on the inside. Yep. I think that was about it, but I just covered the whole thing. So, all right. So I think K Dog's home. She's mad because I did this without her, but I wasn't sure how long she was going to be. So again, I'm going to rust encapsulate this. I'm going to wire brush some of this a little bit here before I paint it, but I want to make sure this seals. We will test it with water. Okay, we're going to pour some water here and make sure it's all good. And it should run out to this spot right here. And I may have to put some seam seal on the edge, but I don't know. I don't know that I have to yet. So, all right. Well, I just want to tell you guys all thanks for watching. Okay. Again, I'm trying this new without K Dog because she's always can't, not always can help film this stuff. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Again, appreciate it. This will be probably the last video on the cow. I'm going to take a picture probably when I get it painted. And at that point, then we can all look at the finished product, and I think you'll like it. So I know I will, and that's really what matters. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Piston Wrench Cycle. Thank you guys.